Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If this is the first time you're seeing me, I am Vicky Vale and I'm a professional dominatrix. And as a professional dominatrix, I get a lot of weird requests. And listen, I'm just gonna state this at the beginning of this video. I am not shaming anyone for having these kind of fetishes and kinks. To me, at this point, all of it just seems normal. It's like daily stuff for me, you know what I mean? But I do realize that a lot of the times when I'm telling my vanilla friends about what I do, I can see on their faces that they are like, what the actual fuck, Vicky? So I thought this would make an entertaining video telling you guys about the weird requests that I get sometimes, because there's a lot of them, okay? And I absolutely love everything weird and fucked up, so perfect. Anyway, so first of all, let's talk a little bit about what is a professional dominatrix. So I dominate people for living, which means I do all sorts of kinky, crazy, weird stuff to people. I do it mostly online, but I also do it in person, which is my favorite, I'm not gonna lie. It is sex work, okay? So I am a sex worker. I just do very, very niche things, very kinky things. Anyway, let's get on with today's video before I get kicked out of fucking YouTube. I think one of the weirdest things to me when I started doing professional domination online was SPH. I just couldn't wrap my head around it. So let me tell you guys about what's SPH. SPH is small penis humiliation, and it is exactly what you think it is. It is me as the dominatrix laughing and humiliating a penis, a small penis, and it is very, very popular actually. When I first started, of course I was aware that there's like different kinks and fetishes, but I was never really in the BDSM world as much as I am right now. So the first time someone asked me to laugh at the dick, I was shocked. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't want to be too mean, because I can be really, really fucking mean, you know what I mean? So I just kind of did it. I was like, okay, I know that this person wants me to do this, so let me just fucking do it. And they loved it. They got turned on by the fact that I was humiliating the tiny dick, which was crazy to me. I loved it. And still, SPH is like one of my favorite ways to humiliate my subs. In general, humiliation and degradation, I love it, because like I said, I can be a cunt, I can be really, really mean, and the fact that I get to experience it with consent, with consenting adults, and just enjoy it, it's amazing, honestly. Okay, going from humiliation and SPH, I think it's only right that we go on to the subject of chastity. So you might already know what a chastity is, and you might not, but for those of you that have no idea what a chastity is, no judgment, I will just show you because it's gonna be way easier for me to explain it. So this is what a chastity cage looks like, and as you can assume, this goes on a penis, and essentially it stops a man from pleasuring himself. This is an amazing form of denial. I love chastity play. I do it with many, many of my subs, and a lot of the times I will send them the actual padlock and I'll keep the key to myself so I can put it around my neck and just tease them with it even more. And you are probably wondering, how long is someone going to be locked in this terrible looking little thing? Well, it varies. Of course, different people will be locked for a different amount of time. So I do have some subs that are locked just for our sessions, which can be an hour or like a whole day session. I have some subs that are locked for a week. I have subs that are locked for the whole month or 2 months, or some of them are permanently locked. And of course, when you are permanently locked, you still have to take off the cage now and then to clean it out properly, and of course so it is a safe play because we are not doing this shit unsafely here. But yeah, it is very, very fun. In my world, we have a whole month dedicated to locking our submissives in chastities, and that's October. We call it Locktober, and the whole month we lock them up for the whole fucking month, and we do whatever we want with them, which is so fun. And if you are interested in this, honestly, October is the perfect time. Yeah, I mean, I really recommend it. Don't knock it till you try it. That's all I'm gonna say, because I already know that a lot of people watching this, they're gonna be judging this and thinking that it's cruel or that it's really fucking weird. And I do understand where you're coming from, but like I said, we are all consenting adults that participate in this, so there's absolutely nothing wrong with it, okay? Anyway, let's move on. So, moving on from chastity, let's talk about CBT, which stands for cock and ball torture. And I know a lot of you that just heard me saying it cringed so much. Always whenever I talk to my vanilla friends about ball busting or CBT, they cringe so much, especially if they have a penis. I know all over the world we always say how sensitive balls are, and you know, the smallest little flick is like the end of the world. But by doing CBT and ball busting, I realized that balls and dick are not as sensitive as people make it out to be, and it is so much fun to abuse it in a consensual way, of course. Everything in this video is consensual, okay? So yeah, it is very, very fun. And there's a lot of different methods that you can do CBT in. For example, you can use your hands to scratch, to pinch. You can flick the balls. You can tie them in rope and then use different objects like a metal spoon to spank them with. Or you can use nipple clamps to clamp the balls, and then also you can hang different objects from the clamps and swing them around through your balls. And of course, I think the most popular one is ball busting, which means that a dominatrix, a dom, is kicking balls with their shoes or with their feet. I usually like to use my boots for this. It's a lot of fun, especially when I have my submissive begging and thanking me for causing them pain, basically. Seeing them enter subspace and mixing pleasure with pain, it's such a rush. Like, I genuinely cannot explain it to you. If this is not something that you're into, I don't think you will ever understand, but trust me, it is so much fun. It gives you so much adrenaline, and I think on both sides, and it's just amazing. It is so, so fun. And CBT, once again, is one of my favorite things to do on my submissives in person. So yeah, that's CBT for you. From CBT, let's go into CEI, which stands for Come Eating Instructions. I'm just trying to think how all of this is going to sound to a person that's not very kinky, that's not really interested in this. And I'm pretty sure your world is just blown. Like, your mind is just blown at this point. And listen, I totally understand, because coming into this and learning about all these different kinks and fetishes, my mind was fucking blown too, okay? But anyway, let's go on to Come Eating Instructions. So, a lot of submissives want to eat cum, or they want to be forced consensually, once again, into eating cum. It depends, once again, from submissive to submissive, how far they want to take it. Some of them will just eat their own cum, some of them will eat other people's cum. So another one that I found very, very crazy was Fandom, which stands for financial domination. And I think a lot of the people watching this might already be familiar with what Fandom is, just because I feel like it's becoming more and more popular. A lot more people are taking a part in this, and I just want to say there is absolutely nothing wrong with it becoming more of a thing and more people becoming interested in this. But I really, really recommend, if this is something you want to do, please educate yourself, because Fandom financial domination essentially is people getting turned on by sending money to other people like me, but it is so much more than that. There's a whole psychology aspect to it, as well as two different kinks. So I really recommend just looking into it and educating yourself about any kind of kinks you're participating. Just because if you have no idea about what you're doing, it can be very, very harmful, not only to you, but also to the people that you participate with. So please make sure you are safely participating in any kind of play and educating yourself about this, okay? But anyway, so Fandom, like I said, people get turned on by sending money to other people, and once again, it can be various different things: buying gifts, buying lingerie, buying shoes, and then watching me try on them items and send videos, or doing drain sessions where the person is going to be pleasuring themselves while I make them send to me. Once again, we agree on the kind of amount that they want to send. It's not like, I think a lot of the people will be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna drain your whole bank account, and it's cute to say, but when it comes to like an actual session, it is always good to just establish the amount that they can spend on a session, if that makes sense. Just because, once again, it is really important to safely participate in any kind of kink, because yes, addiction can happen, and I think a lot of the people will argue that Fandom is not very ethical. I tend to disagree with that, just because, once again, it is two participating adults that participate in this, so there's absolutely nothing wrong as long as you are doing it safely and consensually and you are not being reckless with it, because I think anything can become an addiction, no matter if it's kink or if it's, I don't know, drugs and alcohol. Anything can become harmful to you if you are not being careful with it, right? Same way with Fandom. So yeah, Fandom is definitely one of them fetishes and kinks that people find insane, because, oh my god, like, you're literally getting paid for nothing. I mean, if that was true, it would be fucking amazing, but also, like, there is a lot of education and work that goes into it, and don't get me wrong, like, being a dominatrix is not the hardest thing that I ever did physically. However, it can be quite mentally challenging and draining, because if you work online as a sex worker, you have a lot of shit to do. You are your own editor, you are your own videographer, you are your own fucking, I don't know, you do your makeup, you shoot content, you advertise constantly. Like, there's a bit more to this than people would like to think there is, okay? So I got a few little ones that I just want to include in here, just because they are interesting to me. And a lot of people might say that they are weird kinks. So I had one of my submissives begging me to basically throw them in trash, meet them in public and just tell them to get in a bin for me. So that was interesting for sure. Another interesting one is a scat fetish, which I don't personally participate in, but once again, I don't judge anyone who does. Scat is basically poop play. That's all I'm gonna say about this. And then you have water sports, which I haven't participated in yet. However, I'm really interested in. So if anyone's interested in being my little guinea pig in person for some water sports, let me know. But anyway, water sports is pee play. Okay, we're gonna leave it at that. Oh, another really interesting one was one of my submissives was really into belly buttons, so he would pay me to record videos of me just playing with my belly button, spitting in my belly button and stuff like this. Once again, that was a really, really new thing for me, and it was very fun. So yeah. And lastly, I want to talk about a scam kink. I don't think this is as popular as other ones. However, it does happen that people request this kind of things. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna do in this video. If you enjoyed this video, if you want to hear some more of what I get up to in my kinky life, let me know and I will make a part 2. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up to let me know that you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in comments and subscribe to me so you don't miss out on any more videos that I post. I will see you guys again next week. Bye!